Audio Jungle.
All right, hey, welcome to the Sports Reverends podcast. My name is Dan. I'm joined with my big bro, also known as the Coach. What's up, Coach?
Word. It is almost June.
It is.
This year is already half over.
It's wild. It's wild.
That is unbelievable.
And when it's that June time, that's when Sports Rev Drew is extra busy because it's a golf season for him, and he's got three kids.
Gone. Gone. It's not even kids.
It's just
the golf.
It's just golf, and we understand that. I get that. You ready for this? I'm ready. There's so much to like. This is prime time year of the sports.
I love and hate it because the playoffs is awesome, but it also means stuff is coming to an end.
That's true.
So
that's true. Well, we can't think of it that way. That's like my wife when she goes on vacation. We get there and we have 7 days in this place, and she's already thinking about, oh no, we have this many days left. Can't think of it that way. You gotta enjoy the moment.
That's because you aren't a planner.
That's true.
You aren't a planner.
I just go.
You just show up. Yeah.
We got NBA playoffs. We got NHL playoffs. We got Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes. This is amazing. We got
Julio Jones.
That's what I'm saying. And then we got the Blue Jays just taking off as well. This is wild. Before we go anywhere, let's get into some Sports Reverends quick hitter news. Phil Mickelson becomes the oldest player to win a PGA championship at age 50. There's still hope for Sports Rev Drew to get on that level.
He's got some time. This is a sad one. Depends which side of the fence you're on. But Villarreal defeated Manchester United on penalties to win the Europa League final, meaning United once again has no trophies this year.
That's tough. But the Winnipeg Jets, yes, the Winnipeg Jets sweep Connor McDavid, Draisaitl, and the Edmonton Oilers. Unexpected for sure. Count me as one of the bandwagon jumpers.
The fan who spit on Trae Young and the dude who dumped popcorn over Russell Westbrook have been banned from future NBA games. Fair? Unfair? Totally fair.
Get him out of here. Adam Vinatieri retires after 24 seasons in the NFL. Multiple game-winning Super Bowl kicks. Impressive career.
Impressive. Automatic, that dude. Julius Randle, to no one's surprise, has won the most improved player. Jordan Clarkson won the sixth man of the year.
That's pretty good. Blue Jays, Alek Manoah wins his first ever MLB start. He's 1-0, 0 ERA, 6 innings pitched, 7. What's that one? Stat. 7
strikeouts.
0.67 whip. Unbelievable. He's set the bar really high for himself.
Before
we get into any more sports news, let's hear a word from our sponsors. I'm wearing their shirt right now. This is called One Bone T-shirts. It's a little blurry there, Coach.
Oh,
but
I know. Let's keep it auto.
I'm telling you, it's the tagline for One Bone T-shirts are big, tall, and all. It's like the freshest shirts, and it will be the best clothing you put on your body. I'm telling you this. This is fact. They have long sleeves. They have scoop T-shirts. They have waffle weave. They have hoodies. They have short sleeve hoodies. And you can get a discount because you listen to the Sports Reverends. The discount code is Sports Revs 15. Sports Revs 15. You can find that on our website under the sponsors page. There's a code there and our link right to the One Bone website. Go get yourself these One Bone shirts. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. 100%. 100%.
They're great. I just got 3 of mine. They're phenomenal.
We are going to have a little fashion show from Coach. He's going to put us a little couple pics so we can put them up on the gram. Now, let's get back.
Fat. I love it.
Let's get back into some sports talk. And then, I wanted to start with a little beef that I had, all right? The beef that I've had is I've just been
Was it good?
sick. I've been sick of emotional fan bases. And I want to start with the Toronto Raptors. I love the Toronto Raptors. I'm ripping their hats right now, all that stuff. I'm in a bunch of different fan groups for the Toronto Raptors on Facebook because I write some articles for Overtime Heroics, and I drop those articles in there so we can get some more viewage and basically have some debate. And these fans, they're just so emotional. It's we've been blessed for a long playoff run. I believe it's 8 years, an 8-year-long playoff run filled with a lot of emotions, filled with a lot of growth. And ultimately, we got the prize. We got an NBA championship, which is very impressive. And then even after that, we had a good run with post-Kawhi Leonard, which is pretty impressive. And all these fan groups I'm telling you, they're just ripping Masai Ujiri and Webster. They're saying Nick Nurse should have been fired before the All-Star break. And there's so many factors into why the Raptors had a terrible season. And I'm not even going to defend that right now. I'll defend it a little bit. They were in Florida. They get booed at every home stadium. Every home game. Were hit with COVID before the All-Star break when they were doing well. And then it just got too late. Anyways, all that set aside, I'm not even talking about just the Raptors. I'm talking about many of these fan bases. We look at the New York Knicks. They had their first playoff win in 8 years the other night. And the streets of New York are acting like they have just won the NBA championship. And here's an update for you New York Knicks fans who sicken me. You sicken me, you New York Knicks fans. The way you cheer people on, cheer on your own team. You're chanting "F you" to Trae Young all game long as he torches you.
Trae is balding was pretty funny though.
Say again.
When you said Trae is balding, that was pretty funny.
They finally had some class. Well, here's the kicker: is you lost tonight. Now you're down 2-1 to a seed that is number 5. After you've been cheering on like you're the champions, cheering on "Bring on Brooklyn." Really, you have one playoff win. These emotional fan bases. I live in Toronto, and it's incredible. Have they not learned their lesson where they've blown leads in series before? And there's these guys. I saw a guy riding around in his blue Corvette, and in the passenger seat of his blue Corvette is a Stanley Cup. And in that Stanley Cup, in that Corvette is just vomited everywhere Maple Leaf stuff. And same thing with the house I saw. And it's just like, relax, you guys, just get through the first round that's been set up for you to not even have to play your kryptonite, the Boston Bruins. Okay? So that's just what it is. I'll pass it over to you first, Coach.
Okay. All right. Well, honestly, I'm surprised by my take on this, but I disagree with you 100%. I love it. I love the excitement. I love the nostalgia. I love, people walking out in retro jerseys, and even those dudes wearing those Vince Carter jerseys in the playoff runs. I think it's great. And you know what? I will 100% say I am a Winnipeg Jets bandwagon jumper. I haven't cared about them until the playoff time, and because I've watched a few games throughout the year. They're very inconsistent, but playoffs, Jets were way better than they were what we expected them to be, which is great.
So I'm just saying, like, you can have excitement. That's great.
No. See, you gotta have that cockiness. You gotta have that. Our team is where we need them to be. Like, and we'll talk about. I'll have a few things to say about playoffs a bit later, but I love the Knicks fans. The Garden, when it's full and rocking, it's just something magical about it. There's a reason why. There's a reason why everybody loves playing in New York, but not for New York, right? And that's because playing the Garden's magical. And like the whole Trey's balding, like that was hilarious. If you watch like soccer games across the world, the chants are ridiculous. They're so they're well thought out, and people just go. I'm not sure what your problem is right now. I'm confused.
So for me, it's more of like, okay, let's just have like, you had one bad season, let's say for the Raptors, and it's just like, okay, toss everyone under the bus. You guys.
Well, okay. Here, the Raptors have been in the playoffs for the last 8 years. They've won once. That's a 12.5% return.
But that's amazing. That's actually still amazing. For most teams, think about it this way, Joel. Most teams, NBA, like, you don't win. Not many teams are dynasties ever, right? Some teams have never won. But they establish. So basically, what I'm saying is they establish playoff success regularly. They're at least in there. You know what I mean? Knicks haven't even been in there. They won one game. They split a home 2-game streak with Atlanta, the lower seed.
Think about it this way. And I get where you're coming from, but the history of the Knicks and what the Knicks mean to the NBA is a storied franchise. Yes, they suck. And part of that is coaching, part of that is players, but a lot of that is the owner.
The NBA's been fine without them. Just saying.
The NBA, fine. The NBA is better when the Knicks are good. And this actually kind of brings an interesting point that is completely sidetracking this. But
Coach, you're going to take the conversation here for a little bit, so be ready for a little soliloquy, because I got to add.
Perfect.
We got Sports Rev Drew finally here. I'm going to add him up.
Oh, he's coming off from the links, hey? Perfect.
Yeah, he decided to show up, so hold up, Drew.
It's my little soliloquy. It's interesting because we always talk about parity in sports, and in the NBA, the league is just better when markets like Chicago, New York, LA have solid teams. And I don't know, maybe that's just a perception thing, but it's a lot more fun that way. And to deny the Garden and their fans, their happiness over that, I think is silly. Because that is New Yorkers. They're arrogant. They're confident. They're brash. Just like Leafs fans. Like, the Leafs have won how many cups? But they still think they're the best in the league year over year over year. And that's the kind of attitude you kind of want to have in a fan base, regardless if you're a bandwagon jumper or not. Like, I have literally 0 Jets merchandise. But come playoff time,
You got a sweater.
No.
Yeah, you went to the game with the sweater.
I went to the Raptors game and bought this one.
No, you've been to a Jets game. Anyways, okay, keep going.
Anyways, regardless.
Drew, they can hear you now. Welcome, Sports Rev Drew. No one can see us right now. We can all hear. I'm just getting all the pictures ready just because it takes a little second.
I gave that sweater to Dad. That's what happened. That's what happened. But come playoff time, I'm 100% in Jets. If I had to fill out a bracket, I would put Jets all the way through because that's the team that I support, regardless of how good or how bad they are, regardless of what their championship stats or percentage of actually winning a cup is. That's just they're who I follow, especially because Detroit sucks and they're going to be perennially building forever. So, yeah. Drew, how are you?
All right, we're back. We can see everybody now.
I guess don't get invited to these things anymore.
Well, if you
look
at
in the mail.
Messages. You would have been.
There was nothing about an invite tonight.
Scroll up, Drew. Scroll up and you can read.
Don't be so spicy.
So spicy.
I was sitting on the couch and Demel's just like, they're going live right now.
Well, let's just talk about
All
your
Brown
Leafs for a
podcast.
second, Drew. Let's talk about your Leafs for a second.
Okay.
I was just telling Coach that just like Leafs fans, like a lot of big market teams every market has fans that just overreact, but specifically Leafs fans right now, I'm just gonna single them out. Like there's this guy driving around in this blue Corvette who has a Stanley Cup sitting in his passenger seat, okay? And they're talking about parades and things like this, and it's just like, can you just chill for a minute? Like, get through this series. The God has set it up for the Leafs to not have to face the Boston Bruins in the first round. And they have this opportunity there. They have the foot on the necks of the Canadians. Just settle down, get through this series. They have all what it takes. And I just see this emotional response of Leafs fans that is just overconfidence. Now, I'll just tell me about what you think of the Leafs. Are they going to make it through? We'll obviously on Monday or Tuesday we can pod, and we're gonna track everything we've guessed to see how we did this week. So, what do you think the Leafs are gonna do this weekend, big weekend?
Well, it's tough to say. That's a pretty
famous words. It's tough to say.
Well, yeah, I try and be a realist about the Leafs. I didn't think they had a chance when John Tavares went down, but then they came out and firing the next 3 games. But it's tough to come back from a loss like that. Like when you come back in the third just to lose in the first minute of overtime.
That's right. Yeah.
It'll be tough to come back on that. Campbell should bounce back. He's been playing great this series. I don't understand what they're doing with their defense right now. I don't know if you guys have noticed they swapped out Sandin and Dermott for game 4 and then put Sandin back in for game 5. And I didn't understand that move, but we'll see what happens.
Like the first rule of hockey is keep the lines the same?
Yeah. I don't know if it was because it was a back-to-back. Like game 3 and 4 were back to back. I don't know if that's why they gave the young, Sandin's only 21. I don't know if that's why they gave him the night off, but Dermott played really well in game 4, and then they put Sandin back in, but he wasn't really an issue either. It was just a terrible pass. Did you guys see the pass in overtime?
Yeah. It's
I don't know what I think he thought he was still playing on Montreal.
Yeah. It's one of those things you look at and you're like, did that really just happen?
Yeah, Campbell didn't have a chance on that.
No.
On that, but yeah, looking forward, I'm going to be very conflicted if the Leafs end up playing the Jets, just because I haven't seen the Leafs past I saw them in the 3rd round once in my life,
Yeah.
So I've been waiting for that. But we haven't seen the Jets really. Well, they had that one run, right? Where they lost to Nashville. Was it Nashville or Vegas?
Honestly,
I think they lost to Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah, the first year of Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vegas won that year.
But as a team unit, if Tavares isn't in the Leafs lineup, I think the Jets have a way better chance of going further. Past that series.
Yeah.
That was my joke. So Drew made that comment on someone's Facebook, and that was my joke saying he's preampling his excuse why the Toronto. That's not what I said. I said I hope that the Canadian series goes 7, because the longer that series goes, the closer we are to getting Tavares back. That's all I said. I know. That's what you're meaning.
I wasn't giving an excuse why they lose.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You're giving the preamble to say this is why, this is.
Well, obviously, it'd be nice to have Tavares back.
Yeah. Well,
it'd be nice to have Bufflin in the Jets lineup too, but that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about the Jets that I've loved to see is that they're like putting on a clinic on blocking shots. It's been really
And hitting.
yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously Hellebuck is playing like unreal again. So
I really like watching Adam Lowry. Like he just pounds guys.
lays them out. I love it.
I was watching Ehlers and like that guy is
He's so fast.
so fast. Even in the overtimes because I took that Tuesday off.
He
and I'm
looks
like,
faster than everybody.
Yeah, and I'm just like, somebody's holding down the speed button in this controller of life, and he's just gone.
And
And the Jets?
I don't even think the goalie ever saw the puck on that overtime goal.
No way.
Oh,
It was in so fast.
Yeah.
It's another thought that I kind of had, kind of across basketball, football, across all four major sports. You kind of see, it's cool to see, maybe because we're getting older, it's cool to see the change from generation to generation of this new talent that's coming.
Disagree.
And
Disagree 100%.
Well,
I'll tell you. Go ahead. Go on.
Let me finish. It's just like it's like people that ruled out like guys like Ehlers or guys like even the guy on the Leafs that took a lot of even Marner took a lot of
Flack.
Flack is what I'm trying to say. Vladdy for the Jays is taking so much flack, and you go through like so many of these sports where these up and coming. John Morant now is like this up and coming guy. Luke is this up and coming guy. Like it's cool to see the transition of these young guys kind of stepping in and becoming the new faces of the league. And
I'll tell you why I disagree.
Huh?
I'll tell you why I disagree. And you're right, and that's really cool. Hold on. Let me finish. I was waiting for you.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Thank you. Yes. Honestly, that's great to see all that. But that means for me personally is all the guys I grew up watching are now being moved out of the league. No more Tim Duncan. No more Kobe. No more Yzerman. No more. All the guys I grew up watching and loving. It's like, man, like Wayne Rooney's gone. Like it's just that part of me is really sad because when I go to play FIFA now or anything like that, it's like, man, I don't know half these guys because I just haven't played since like 2005.
Well, it's because you're supposed to be watching the games.
Well, that's
I want the basketball I get, but it's like the rest of it is like my old heroes are gone.
Well, that's what I like about the Leafs. Actually, is I like what they did this year. I said at the beginning of the year, bringing in guys like Thornton and Spezza, seeing them actually be contributors in the playoffs is actually pretty cool. And
it's smart.
And I am a Leafs fan, but I'd love to see Joe Thornton win a cup. Like I want to see the Leafs win anyways, but Joe Thornton deserves a cup he's been so good for so long, and he's got to be able to shave that beard before he dies.
Yeah. Well,
no, I agree. I think
I wouldn't tell him to hold his breath. I'm just saying.
Well, you never know, man. All it takes.
And you can't name 5 players on the Jets. Like, stop acting like you know hockey.
Oh, Drew, stop acting like you can read. Like, look at our chat. You can't even tell that we're going on this Friday.
I've got nothing in the chat.
Yeah, if you scroll a little bit up, you can read.
You see, he's being spicy because he knows you're right.
No.
Okay, name 5 Jets players.
You can go Ehlers, Wheeler.
What are you reading?
Your eyes.
I'm not. I'm looking at you.
I can see your eyes reading.
This is me looking at the screen. My camera's right up here. I swear. Ehlers, Wheeler, Stastny, Hellebuck, Logan Stanley. I can go on forever. I promise.
Logan Stanley? You've got to be reading.
I'm not reading. There's nothing here. Excuse me, Miss. You guys don't even have to do any of the tech. I have the Zoom here. I got my OBS here. I got YouTube up here, and I got the stream keys on my left. That's all I have.
Wine.
That's all I got on my screen.
That's all I'm hearing.
Okay. Now, when I was talking about those young guns, all right, I'm sick of these topics with you guys. I hate you guys. I'm sick of these topics. Talking about these young guns, okay? A lot of them get to where they are at because of the work and sweat they put in. And speaking of sweat, let's talk about Live Sweat Equity as one of our sponsors, okay? Before we get into any other stuff, Live Sweat Equity is one of our new partner programs or new partner sponsors. They are all about living the growth. Their company not only sells products for you to enjoy, but they also offer you the opportunity to live the growth. They're a Canadian-based brand that is one of the first companies to combine sales with cooperative efforts into the company. Sweat Equity is not just a typical company that sells products. We offer the ability to achieve your own sweat equity, and that usually means moolah, okay? It costs nothing to be a part of, and as their revenue grows, so does yours. So grow Live Sweat Equity. You can become a part of their ambassador program or an elite brand partner like we are, and you can check out their website and actually get a big discount of 15%. They sell some big ticket items, so 15% off some of their items. You get a pretty good deal. So the code you can find on our website at sportsreverends.com, but it is sportsrev15, and if you go to our website, it'll redirect you to their website as well if you check out our sponsors page. Okay, Coach, I'm going to pass it to you. Where are we going here?
Let's just jump straight to NBA playoffs.
Let's go.
We can save the likes, dislikes for the end here. I'll be honest. I have zero interest in the Philly Wizards series. I don't know why. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, actually. I saw, and it's part of my likes and dislikes. So I like that we are in the playoffs and we're there. I dislike teams that are happy just to make the playoffs. When Washington made that 8th seed, Russell Westbrook celebrated like he just won a title.
True.
And it's like, bro, you're in 8th seed. You're probably going to get swept again. And you are this excited. There must be some sort of sick sweetener in his contract to be like, oh, you make the playoffs, here's a $500,000. Like something like that. So I literally have zero tolerance for the Philly Wizards series. That's going to be a sweep. However,
sweep? Really?
They're going to sweep them. Yeah.
Westbrook and Beal? Maybe.
We're not talking. We're done. That was it. That's all we're talking about this. What's more interesting is Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is killing it. You sent a thank you. I know it was a very hot take there. I know. You sent a meme about Eminem versus the other rapper. That 8 Mile guy, whatever his name was. And then with Luka and Kawhi, and I laughed. I was in the middle of a Zoom meeting at work, and I just chuckled, had to cover my mouth while I laughed because it was hilarious, and the meeting was very boring. And Luka is just unreal. I know Kawhi is supposed to be this amazing defensive player, but how do you guard this guy? I don't know how to do it.
I can tell you. How about you keep going?
Go ahead. No, I don't care.
Don't put Patrick Beverly on him. He's 5'11", and Luka literally, it's hilarious. He's taking him down in the post, and he's using language from a different country to trash talk him. And I'm sure it's not very faith followers' words that they use. It's ugly language, is what I'm trying to say. And it's why don't you put Kawhi on him and Paul George? Rotate. You slow him down at the minimum. Continue. Ty Lue, smack him in the head.
No, I just think I'm really excited for this series, even though I love Kawhi. I love the guy. He's one of my favorite players. But Luka Doncic is just it's a work of art. It's just a work of art. I don't even know.
Describe Luka Doncic in either one word or one sentence.
Dominant. He's like,
Absolutely.
you see his stat line right now at halftime?
I don't. Tell me.
What is it?
26 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists at half.
Oh, are they? They must be winning.
They're
It's close.
two points down.
Oh wow. We have to keep up to date with this.
Like, that's a full game of, like, that's a good game.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
He's blockbuster is the word I would use. He's must-watch TV, and we're not watching him right now, and I'm upset.
And he's still so young.
22.
Yeah, he's 22. Like, it really sucks that Porzingis is always hurt.
Yeah, that would be magic to watch those two together.
Like think about last year in the bubble before Porzingis went down. Exact same thing. They were destroying the Clippers.
Oh,
It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Like, then you toss in that the Clippers, you see reports with them not wanting to face the Lakers until the end. Like, if that's true, A, that's shameful. B, I hope Luka just destroys them in this round and sends them home.
Can you imagine? I can't even fathom it right now.
If that happens, Kawhi leaves. It's playoff P by himself with no draft picks.
Yeah.
Like cap room, like non-existent. Like your second best player would be either Ibaka, Pat Bev, or the Morris twin.
The better of the two.
Yeah, but still.
Although he's not playing great.
Not much better.
Not much better at this
Definitely
point.
taking
Like,
a slip.
yeah, and that's why.
Is this the segment of the?
No. This is just me talking.
Okay.
I really enjoyed watching Luka play, and just the breath of fresh air he's brought to the game.
Oh man, yeah.
You know?
He's competitive. I feel like we could spend like 5 podcasts just talking straight Luka Doncic. That's how good he is.
I think so.
And
good.
I just love that he's just taking it right to Kawhi and Paul George and letting him hear it. He's backing up his trash talk, and
he was playing against grown men when he was like 14, 15 years old. Like grown men.
It's crazy.
When I was 15, I was about grade 9. I was like, there's no way. If I went to the Y or went to play hoops at U of W, like grown men would just destroy me. Grade 12 kids destroyed me. Like, I can't imagine being 15 and playing against dudes who are 30 and still, hey?
Being 6'6" or 6'8" would help, but like.
Yeah, but he's also, sure he's 6'6", but he's a $120.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, he's skilled, but he's still like, it's amazing. I think it's amazing. Even Ricky Rubio was unreal. Right?
Rubio in the Olympics versus Kobe.
Oof.
That was
fun. Question. Do you think the Suns can beat the Lakers 4 times?
Go ahead, Drew.
I don't know. Like, to be honest, I haven't watched any basketball, so I have no idea. Like,
I'll pose a question to you this way: do you think LeBron James has enough left in the tank to lose in the first round? Just based on history.
No.
I don't think so.
But has he ever had to face a team like this in a first round?
Not really. This is the
Maybe
in the East. In the East, like you're always playing teams that are
under
sub
500.
500.
Yeah. That's fair. That's a good point.
This is probably the best first test he's ever had.
Yeah, except for the run when he was like a child and took his team to the playoffs or the finals.
With Ilgauskas.
Ilgauskas in 2001 against the Spurs that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he play Chicago? Didn't he play Derrick Rose in the first round?
No.
Oh.
No.
That's a Heat. That's when he was with the Heat, Derrick Rose.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember who played the first round. I know it was Boston, Detroit.
Detroit was the conference final.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah,
what I was going to say is that this is the best team he's had to face as a Laker in the playoffs so far. Because the Heat were ranked 5th The Nuggets were 5th, I think. Every other team was a lower seed, basically. So this was his first real test. But the problem is Chris Paul is, once again, as we know, we've heard this term over and over again, Chris Paul is dealing with injuries. Chris Paul's hurt.
He's fragile.
Fragile, and so they don't have a chance without a healthy Chris Paul. With a healthy Chris Paul, it goes 6 games, I think, maybe 7. But
I also think it's funny that Chris Paul and State Farm are partners.
yeah.
Insurance. It's For me, I watched game 1, and Anthony Davis was useless. Like, Anthony Davis does not have that killer mentality.
Yeah, he had to get called out on social media, TV.
And it sucks because maybe if he was a bit more aggressive, those Pelicans teams could have done better.
Maybe.
Not that he had to play better, but if, held his team more accountable.
Yeah.
Push guys to be better, right? Because they had some good players on those teams.
Yeah, LeBron had to learn how to win too. So,
which is what I think is complete garbage. I think it's complete garbage, because I know from coaching you both that learning how to win is something you learn very early on. And there's kids who understand that concept of winning and kids who don't, right? And you can tell, and I know you guys have coached too, that you have a certain team and there's just a bunch of kids who are just there to have fun. Totally okay with that. There's not a problem. Totally okay with that. You coach them differently. Right? You coach them differently.
How okay are you on that?
I'm not okay. To be honest, it depends on the age. If you're coming into my high school basketball and you're just okay to have fun, just go home. Just go home.
He came in with dental headgear, okay? He thought he could practice. Are you serious? Are you serious? Come on now. Just
Mueller. Shout out to the mule.
You got to play to win the game.
Yeah, I know. But there's just some kids who are wired like that. And if you're telling me that LeBron James at 18, who has had his career carefully sculpted up until then, had to learn how to win, then for sure I know why he's always on page 1 of those books when they're taking pictures.
No, I'm not trying to defend him. But I think you might be wrong.
Kind of are. No, I don't think so.
Because it's different. That's a different kind of winning.
I think Dan loves LeBron.
I think so.
Stop it. I'm just.
You had his Cleveland jersey. I know you did.
You bought it, and
you and Justin Rowan.
It was a baseball. We got to be part of the Chase podcast. Join Justin and friends. Anyways, okay, forget it. What were we even talking about? The Suns aren't going to beat the Lakers. This is a stupid question. No Chris Paul. They suck.
I'll take him to win.
Showed up, though.
I'll take him to win.
Yeah.
Aiden's playing 41 minutes.
Aiden has been a surprise.
Big time. He's
done really well.
And you used to preach this more, Coach, that big men take way longer to develop, and you're seeing this happen right now, right?
Absolutely, they do.
Expected Ayton to be great from the start, just foolishly, really. But this is him developing in the moment. And
I'll give you 2 examples. There are 3, actually. Shaq, Duncan, and Robinson. Right? They didn't have sick moves until a couple of years in. Shaq was all power in Orlando. You just couldn't stop the guy. Yeah, he had power in LA, but he also had his little hook shot, and his nuances were there. Tim Duncan,
and 150 more pounds.
Yes, and 150 more pounds, which makes it easier to bounce guys all over the place.
But his footwork was incredible too.
Yeah, his footwork was incredible. Absolutely, for such a big dude, to be so nimble.
Oh yeah,
amazing, right? So it takes bigs longer to get there. Point guards, it takes them longer to understand the mental aspect of the game. That's just my perspective over the years of coaching and quarterback coaching, whatever you want to call it. So,
all right,
next question. Next question. Will the Brooklyn Nets actually be threatened by the Boston Celtics? I don't. Calling this a sweep?
Are they?
Is that what we're doing?
They're playing right now. What's the score?
They're winning right now. Boston,
Boston's winning.
like by a good margin.
Oh,
Wow.
by 7. By 7.
Well,
So that one,
40 seconds left.
if Boston,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so this one's done. Boston gets the W.
this one's done.
I'm surprised. I saw it, the Nets were up like 19-4 or something when I checked it out.
Is this going past 5 though? I don't think so.
No, it's gonna be a gentleman's sweep, I think. This is the first time I'm cheering for Boston though.
Tatum put up 50 tonight.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe if they didn't poke him in the eye last game either, he might have been.
Might have been okay.
Yeah, no, like
last game they wouldn't have won.
I feel for Boston. I think Brad Stevens is going to take some flack for their season, which is unfortunate. But Tatum's someone, I can't remember which analyst, some stupid ESPN analyst said that they're taking. Maybe you guys would agree actually, so I shouldn't call them stupid, but they would take Ja Morant over Jason Tatum.
Yeah, that's stupid.
True?
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah, that's dumb. That's just stupid.
How bad is
Tatum-
Kemba Walker though?
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up.
How's he doing today?
I said from the beginning.
6 points.
Yeah, I said from the beginning. Kemba is always hurt. He's a nice piece to have. Like in Charlotte, he was the guy, but he's always hurt in the playoffs. You know, always something, and he hasn't proven that he can lead the team. I would have kept Gordon Hayward.
Yeah,
That would have been way better.
It's easy to be the guy in Charlotte though.
true.
Well,
Like
yeah.
Terry Rozier looks like a guy in Charlotte.
Yeah. Well,
Unless
it's
you're,
probably gonna be a gentleman's sweep. May be closer if they had Jaylen Brown back, but
Well,
I think
Marcus,
that Jaylen Brown-
Marcus Smart is playing really well.
yeah, I don't know.
You toss in Jaylen Brown. That's another 25 points.
Evan Fournier, he's good.
Yeah,
Hasn't played great though. That's the problem.
Tristan Thompson had a nice game tonight.
yeah. Tristan Thompson played good all series, surprisingly.
Me and Tristan Thompson are beefing. Okay. Me and Tristan Thompson are beefing. He doesn't know it, but he ruined my fantasy season.
Nice.
He was complete garbage. So yeah, we're beefing, and I don't care if he plays for Team Canada or not. I'm not a fan.
All right.
No.
Well, I think it's gonna be a gentleman's sweep regardless, but.
How about the Bucks? This one's done.
Toast? Sweep.
Like Jimmy Buckets hasn't looked great.
Nope.
Trading for Oladipo did not help
Nope.
because he got injured. Right? Like,
Tyler Hero, what happened to him?
hey, if he comes to the Raptors, hey, I'll take him.
Well,
And Duncan Robinson, one of those two boys, they can come over and shoot the ball like nobody's business.
I think one of them's a free agent, right? Duncan?
I think it's here. RFA. He's at RFA.
Okay.
So that's one of the most surprising series for me.
Big time.
Like I expected Miami to be a little more competent. Right? We had this huge thing, well, Bam Adebayo can guard Giannis, blah 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 blah. No.
Nope. I think
And they were roasting Giannis, right? I think everyone was roasting Giannis for saying, you know, they're a tough team, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I think Stephen A. Smith went off one day.
of course.
And I'm like, dude, he's just showing a little bit of respect. Like, I don't care. He's the MVP. He doesn't have to talk like everybody else is garbage. Former MVP, right? And then now he just goes out and sweeps them. So,
Yeah, like
or about to.
it's funny because Jimmy Butler was talking about being more locked in than ever before going into this series, and
That did not work out for him.
It's definitely not working out. Yeah,
No.
it's pretty. Crazy.
You brought up a good point though earlier when we were doing the pregame docket, and I'll toss this to Drew because he's fresh.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's
Okay,
that's when you guys didn't invite me
You wouldn't
on
have
the-
been productive anyway.
to come on the show.
You're
Like
just
the
a
show.
pretty face.
Like it's sports reverends, Joel.
I can pull up my certificate, handwritten.
It's pretty easy to get one of those.
Yeah, they gave one to Dan.
You can go through 95% of the people that have them, and it's pretty.
A little suspect.
Little suspect. How did you
We'll
do
invite,
Okay, here's-
we'll invite you to the Facebook group.
Oh, please. Please do. I would. There's a small part of me, if I was financially set in my life,
Just do it.
I would just go to Bible school, get my degree, and join that Facebook group.
No, you don't even have
Just
to do
cause.
that. You can just get the credentials. It'll get you in. You can get those in a year now. So, okay.
Well,
anyways.
hey.
All right, what's the question?
Anyways, the question: do the Bucks have a big three?
No.
Why?
What's the definition of a big three?
Like 3 superstars.
No,
Well,
they don't have 3 superstars.
Superstars is not necessarily true.
So how else you
They
define a big three?
I don't think they have 2 superstars.
I think 3 all-stars.
Anyone can be an all-star.
Yeah, you just have to have a good year. Yeah, you just have to have a good year.
John Scott was an all-star in hockey.
Yeah, but no, that's different. That's different. The other than
Look,
the
Kyle
five-
Korver. Kyle Korver was an all-star on that
Korver's
team with
like the
Atlanta.
5th top 5 shooting 3-point.
So if he was on a team in his prime, you'd call that a big three?
No.
Exactly.
But I would
What?
argue that these guys are okay. They're not superstars, but they're. I would say.
Hold on,
Chris
hold on.
Middleton's an all-star, and I would say Drew Holiday's playing like an all-star.
So you're ruining my segue here because
Go ahead.
I would agree with Drew in the fact that there's no 3 big names in the Bucks outside of people in Milwaukee, right? They wouldn't say, oh, big 3 like LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. But statistically, right? Statistically, they're putting up numbers like you mentioned before.
Yeah.
Do you have those in front of you?
I don't.
Oh, that would have been nice to have.
But I can semi-remember. I know Drew Holiday's averaging 16 points, 10 assists, and 7 rebounds. Chris Middleton, I believe, is 24 points and something. Giannis is like 26 points and 15 rebounds. So it's good numbers. They're good numbers.
Yeah.
So when you say big 3, I think of some teams like KG, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen.
Those are all superstars.
Not at the time. Not at the time. Ray Allen wasn't
KG
a
was more of a superstar. They were based on them, but they're names, right? They're brand names.
Was Paul
like-
Pierce ever a superstar?
He's got rings,
Ring. Singular.
whatever.
You
Paul
just,
Pierce,
you just
hey.
don't like Boston. You're not going to say anything
Yeah,
good about
you're
him.
biased.
I just said
Paul
they're a big
Pierce got-
3. I just said
Paul
they're a big
Pierce
3.
got stabbed and came back.
In a wheelchair.
No, that was after. He got speedily stabbed and came back. Him and Antoine Walker were fun to watch. You don't remember that, but they were
Yeah, I
fun to
know. They
watch,
could bomb trays. I know.
right? Yes, him pooping his pants and having
Yeah.
to be taken out from the wheelchair. Like we've talked about this before. I never would have said that on live TV. I would have kept that, taken that to my grave, like absolute to my grave.
Paul Pierce just don't care. You know, that's why he got fired.
Paul Pierce has done some dumber stuff in the recent days.
That's true. That's true.
But like you have to look at stats these days. Like who else has a big 3?
Other than the Nets,
The Lakers don't.
no. But see, they were calling the Lakers a big 3 last year with playoff Rondo.
I think
Yeah, but we're-
Denver will be close with with a healthy Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah. I'm into that.
That's further down the list.
Yeah,
Right?
no, but I say they're give
Close.
Michael Porter
They're close.
because Jamal
Another
Murray
year.
plays like an all-star
Yeah.
for sure.
And so I agree with you, Drew. I'm just saying, okay, maybe you don't have to call them a big 3. They're good enough with those 3 as their go-to for contending for a championship. I really think the Bucks are that good because of the
I think
addition
so.
of Drew Holiday. So
Yeah, getting Drew Holiday. I saw a funny meme. Is big 3, Giannis, Middleton, point guard not named Bledsoe.
Well, they
like-
should have kept Brogdon.
Yeah, that was silly.
I like Brogdon more than Holiday.
But I think for what they needed a solid point guard who could perform.
I think Brogdon can do the point guard duties, but Holiday also brings the defensive end of things.
Yeah, and
that could be another close one too. The Pacers could have a big three.
Yeah, but they underperformed big time.
Who's their big three?
That was
Pacers. Sabonis,
Brogdon, LeVert.
And LeVert.
Oh, LeVert. Yeah, I like LeVert. But they're not.
Hey, you never know. Next year could be.
You guys.
And Miles Turner is good too.
Well, Sabonis is an all-star.
Yeah, that's
Brogdon could be an all-star, based on your definition.
You said 3 all-stars.
Yeah, LeVert's not an all-star.
He could be. The dude kept the Nets alive. The last year in the bubble, pre-bubble.
Well, yeah.
He can score.
He's good.
Right.
They were deep.
I was really sad they didn't make the playoffs. I thought they would. A healthy Indiana would have pushed Philly so hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The playing games they don't make count. Come on. Anyways, okay. So what do you guys think about the Garden rocking again? And we kind of talked about bandwagon fans a little bit earlier, but it's good to see playoff basketball in New York.
Great.
It's good to see fans in the stands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Great level of competition. Like no one really expects New York or Atlanta to win a championship, but
I don't think so.
It's probably one of the most watched first round matchups. So
I really like Atlanta's team though.
Yeah.
For down the road, I don't like them for this year, but
yeah, no, 100%. They're on the right track.
If they keep John Collins, maybe that'd be good. But
yeah, Collins is balling.
Things change. Things change. Okay, I'm glad we all agree on that.
Fans chanting "F you" to Trae Young, but
that's New York, though. Come on.
That's the gray line, right? When verbally it's the gray line of what's too far, but when you're throwing stuff and spitting on people, that's like definitely crossing the line.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's not great.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want my kid to be. I wouldn't want my kid to be in that atmosphere, but it's also part of growing up in life, so whatever.
A lot of people on the other side, Drew, don't agree with sticks and stones anymore.
Put your big boy pants on.
Especially, sports, like, come on. But don't go attack, like in Utah, they were attacking Ja Morant's family, eh? Like,
yeah, that's...
don't do that. Like, come on.
That's so ridiculous. Okay, speaking of Ja Morant, nice segue.
Yes.
Can he make the leap next year to NBA superstar?
Next year?
Yeah. Will he push the likes of Curry, Dame, for that guard spot in the All-Star game? You don't think so? Okay.
Not yet.
He just dropped 47 points the other night.
In a lot.
Second youngest guy.
Give him 3 years.
3. You're calling it 3.
Like Curry is gone, kind of thing.
You think so, eh?
Yeah.
I don't think Curry will ever be gone.
Well, he's from
he'll just turn into a corner spot up shooter.
Yeah.
Just stick him on the
or just from half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Ray Allen when he was 40.
Yeah. 100%. But yeah, I think he's still he's got to develop a jump shot.
Fair. That's 100% fair.
Someone called him a Russell Westbrook plus.
Plus?
Ooh,
a plus. At this stage of Russell Westbrook's career.
I don't know.
I wouldn't even call him a Russell Westbrook minus.
Yeah, I don't
see Russell Westbrook.
Oh, really? I do for sure. Athleticism, attacking paint.
He's smarter than Westbrook. That's why I don't see it. Like, Westbrook has been in the league for so long now, and he has so much trouble identifying what's a good shot and what's a bad shot in the flow of a game.
Well, any shot for Russ is not a good shot.
Like, his shooting has gone down.
But under the free throw line, he's good.
Yeah, under the free throw line is good, but it's like you're going this huge run. And instead of holding the ball, passing around, finding a teammate, no, I'm just gonna pull up in 4 seconds and into the shot clock. Deep 3 for what? We all know you can't shoot threes, guy. Like, that's just a bad shot. And he's been playing for so long. It's like, How have you not figured this out yet? You know, like what's going on here that you haven't understood what is a good or bad shot? I don't know. That's just my take on it. I would, if also Scott Brooks is a terrible coach who lets him do that kind of stuff. So no wonder he does that in Oklahoma and here. But anyways,
Although, does Scott Brooks lose to the Warriors being up 3-1? I don't think so.
I think so. Scott Brooks is a terrible coach.
Billy Donovan, man, this is that.
I don't know if Billy. That's a tough one for me. I think Billy Donovan was not the right coach for that team. He would have been good. Coach. Yeah, he's a college coach. So you want to give him a team that's younger, doesn't have such an established veteran presence and voice in Russell Westbrook. Like if he went to a Sacramento Kings team, I think expectations are lower, lot less media fanfare. You know, good place to grow yourself. Jumping to OKC with Durant leaving and Westbrook becoming your focal point, not great. But you know, it is what it is. That Warriors team was blessed by God, giving Curry that shooting touch. So, you know, unreal. Jamal Murray, can he enter that superstar status next year? Because this year he was bubble Murray was unreal. This year he kind of came down a bit and then he got hurt, which is whatever.
He was dealing with injuries throughout the whole year.
Yeah, but assuming he's healthy, does he make that leap?
Well, I think he can. Mm-hmm. I don't know if statistically it'll look like that because of the emergence of Michael Porter Jr. They're going to have to learn how to play together.
Right.
There's only one ball, and Jokic has it in his hands 70% of the time.
Yeah.
So,
which is a good place for it to be.
Yeah, but Jamal Murray is a good shooter. Like he'll get lots of open shots. So I think he can the ability to do it. I just don't think if you're looking statistics wise, he's not going to be like top 5 in scoring. Like, but he's a stat stuffer. I think in
a good way. Good way
for sure.
Yeah.
I think also he'll be. If you judge Jamal Murray, you got to judge him in the playoffs because that's when he really elevates himself, and that's where you'll see him kind of shine like he did last bubble time. So I agree with the statistically, he's not going to be putting up the triple doubles. He's not going to be doing that, right? That's Luka. That's Westbrook.
He reminds me like he could be like Kyle Lowry, like in the prime years.
Yeah,
for sure.
He's a better scorer.
Yeah.
That's a good baseline comp.
So to me,
that's a good one.
If he elevates himself in the playoffs and stays like that stays consistent through the season, I think that's superstar level, top 5.
Yep.
Point guard at least.
I agree with you guys. I was kind of hoping for like a bigger jump out of Jamal Murray this year, but he really played within the confines of what the team wanted him to do. So I didn't really think about that until you guys brought it up about, you know, it's going to be different with Jokic really coming on now and Michael Porter actually getting some burn and taking advantage of that. So that's a really good point that you guys brought up.
Well, they're a better team. They're a better team with Jokic dominating the ball.
Yes.
I don't think there's any question.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
And Jokic took his game to superstar status this year.
Wow, unbelievable. Talking about superstar stuff, God the Father seeks to provide high-quality streetwear. The God the Father goal is more than just awesome clothing. It's an opportunity to spark a conversation. God the Father apparel was created as a way for people to share their experiences with faith. For many, it can be a difficult thing to do. I know for me, it can be kind of hard. But God the Father gives an opportunity to share about your own experiences in an efficient yet subtle way. God the Father takes pride in their premium quality clothing And just because you guys listen to us and you follow us on our socials, we have a little discount for you. Sports Rev 15, Sport with the S at the end, Sports Rev, no S, 15. Use that at checkout, save yourself 15%. I've ordered 2 t-shirts. COVID has slowed shipping down with Canada Post. So I'm day by day tracking, but it should be here hopefully soon. We'll toss Jonathan up on the website there with him modeling the t-shirts for you guys. So I'm excited. They look cool. And I think he's gonna be surprised because the stuff is nice and good messaging. So yeah, God the Father, check him out.
Boom.
Visit our website.
Boom. Coach.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do your little segment?
You guys want to?
Yeah.
You want to? I think so. Likes and dislikes, okay?
We'll rip through them really quickly. So Coach reminds me a lot like Charles Barkley sometimes. Charles Barkley.
I eat a lot.
He gives the facts, and do you remember the line Charles Barkley says when he gives the facts?
Indulge us, please.
Huh? No, tell me. I honestly can't remember.
I honestly don't remember either. That's what I was hoping.
He says on Charles Barkley's podcast, The Steam Room, they even made a segment for it.
Here's the thing.
And here's the thing is what Coach says all the time. And Coach says whenever he wants to give a fact and a big fact, Coach will always say, "Here's the thing." So, Coach, give us some "here's the thing" facts that you got on your chest.
Okay, well, these are all my opinions. These aren't facts, but here's the thing. Likes. First round of the NBA playoffs, I've liked the upsets and the close games. Some of them have been blowouts, I get that, but there's been a lot more close games than I anticipated. What I don't like is the suspect reffing that has been around superstar calls. Like, just call the game. I'm tired of this. Everybody's tired of this. Just call the game, and we'll move on to that. Fans. Drew alluded to this earlier. I'm liking fans in the game. I think it's great. I'm happy. I wish I was able to go watch something live instead of just, going to work and back because Winnipeg's back to lockdown. So I love it. Liking seeing fans in the games. What I don't like is when you're watching from on TV and that premium section is just empty. I don't get it. Right? I don't get it. Is it to make sure that COVID, people are happy and there's no people? Because if that's the case, the cutaway shots show tons of people in the stands who are definitely not 6 feet apart. So I don't get it. I think that's dumb. Don't like it. I like the TNT crew. Shaq, Kenny, Chucky, and Ernie. He's my favorite.
Not the B team.
I like the
those
team.
Guys. Only those guys.
Only those guys. Yeah, only those 4. What I don't like is reporters wearing masks while they're doing interviews, and there's no one around them. I don't get it.
They're all virtual reports, correct?
From what I understand, yeah. It's like, are there some? I saw some in the bubble where they had like the big boom mic or whatever. That's fine. Whatever. I get it. But now, if I'm Rachel Nichols and I'm doing an interview and there's somebody in the locker room on doing the Skype or whatever, why are you wearing a mask? There's no one around you. I don't get it. It's so dumb. So dumb. I like players getting fined for breaking the rules. Porzingis, you lost some cheddar. Totally cool with it. You broke the rules. What I don't like is LeBron partying with everybody and not even getting a slap on the wrist, right? Imagine if LeBron actually got either fined, a game check, or suspended for game 1. You're absolutely right. The series would be 2-0 for Phoenix. It would be unreal. It would be unreal.
If LeBron didn't have his fault before Porzingis gets suspended for sure. Don't you think?
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. Like if Porzingis got suspended and nothing happened to LeBron, it would just cause riots.
Yeah.
It would cause riots. Heads would roll. last set here.
I want you to say it. Say it. Say your line.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
Here's the thing. I absolutely love, we talked about this before, players being confident. And like Dame, I take it back, Dame. Dollar Dame, you are by far way better than Westbrook.
Thank you.
I take it back. I take it back.
Proof.
That has been put to bed in my head. That has been absolutely put to bed. I love when players are confident. But like we talked about before, I don't get why you're happy just to make the playoffs. Right? At this level, like just like in Ted Lasso, where he's like, oh, we're just coaching to have fun. And his assistant coach gets angry and says, no, we're professionals coaching to win. You got to win, bro. Just showing up to the party with your little appetizer is not good enough. You're just, then what's the point in playing?
Ted Lasso season 2 coming out on July 26th. Apple TV.
Oh wow. Look at you.
I got it marked on my calendar. I love Ted Lasso. If you haven't seen Ted Lasso, go watch Ted Lasso.
It's great. It's honestly phenomenal. But those are the things that I like just like so far from round one. And I'm sure there's more we could have picked out from, and I'm sure we could have picked on any of the playoffs, NHL, whatever. But yeah, it's been a good first round, except for the Philly-Washington series, which no one cares about because that's garbage. Yeah.
Can I ask Drew about the Jays quickly for a sec?
Absolutely.
Drew, did you watch Alek Manoah?
I didn't get to watch Manoah yesterday, but I watched them pound the ball today in the rain. I saw his stat line.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well,
if I told you, Drew, he had 7 SOs, do you know what that would mean?
Strikeouts.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you. I thought that was universal. Dan had no idea reading the line out today. No idea whatsoever.
A lot going on. Okay, I just had a lot going on.
No, you had to
give
read
us a breakdown, Drew. Like, how do you think the Jays are looking overall?
Well, I actually think they're doing really well. The problem is that they've played so much against good competition, but what you really need to look at this early in the season is their run differential. And their run differential is plus 32. It's probably higher now after today's game. They won 11-2. So they're up there with who's up in the Rays, Yankees, and Red Sox. They're all about 40 to 50 run differential. So they're right there.
Yeah.
And Cleveland, who's second in their division, is only plus 4, but they've only played games against their own division. So,
and the Jays haven't played Baltimore yet.
Right. And Baltimore is a double-A team, basically.
Yeah. Yankees and Red Sox have played them 10 times each. So.
Yeah, and I like that there's production coming from everyone in the lineup. Yeah. And if and when Springer gets back, everyone moves down a spot. Ooh. You got Gurriel hitting in the 8th spot then. And he's starting to come around.
Oh yeah, we just talked about him.
April he was hitting 198. Now he's up to 250. That's a big jump in not a lot of time.
Yeah.
But love it. I'm excited.
It's good to have that depth, eh?
Yeah, they just need to beef up the bullpen. Ryu looked good today again. He's a superstar.
Yeah. Love
it. To me, that was a big surprise they signed him.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. Because
I was so shocked.
He was one of the best pitchers in baseball 2 years in a row. Yeah. And to go from the Dodgers to the Blue Jays,
Well, even just as a cultural fit, there's so many more Asians in that region.
Right.
It's and not that Toronto isn't multicultural, but
yeah, you'd expect West Coast, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's interesting. That's really interesting.
All right, boys. Before we wrap up, let's just do a couple guesstimations. So give your answers, or one worders pretty much. Who are the Jets playing in round 2 of the NHL playoffs?
Leafs.
Leafs.
That's an
it's
easy
gonna-
one.
It's gonna be the Leafs. It's gonna be the Leafs. I want to say Montreal, but it's gonna be the Leafs. Who wins the New York Knicks versus Atlanta Hawks series? Because it could be close to wrapping
Ooh.
up
Could be close to wrapping up.
by Tuesday. Monday, no, but Tuesday.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Atlanta.
Atlanta. That would
Julius Randle looked so flustered today. So yeah, I'm picking Atlanta.
Do the Wizards get swept?
Yes.
Yes.
And final question, because June 1st is a big day. This next week is going to be big for the NFL. Does Aaron
Oof.
Rodgers get traded?
I don't think he gets traded, but I think he sits out.
Yeah, but if he sits out, then he just doesn't accrue a year for his thing, right? His contract.
I think he's not going to be playing week 1.
Oh, he doesn't sit. You're saying he sits out a few games potentially.
Yeah.
Is Aaron Rodgers a post June 1 trade candidate? I'm gonna go on a limb and say the Packers pull something off.
One more NFL. Julio Jones. Is he traded?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think they
going no.
trade him.
I think they definitely trade him too. I think Aaron Rodgers is gone. Unless Green Bay can somehow pull Julio Jones.
No, that's what I was just going to say.
Okay, yeah.
I was just going to say, if Green Bay can trade for Julio, Aaron will come back and play.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Julio,
That'd be
Devontae
amazing.
Adams, Aaron Jones. Ooh, buddy. So it's funny with we'll talk Aaron Rodgers another day, but it's just funny that not only he's sitting out OTAs for the first time, all the receivers, Bakhtiari's sitting out. It doesn't really help Jordan Love in this sense, and puts the coach in a
No.
tough spot.
That's tough. Yeah, it's a tough position to be in.
Last one. We probably won't see it. Do the Clippers lose to the Mavericks?
Yes.
This game or the whole series? Ooh. No.
Okay. Yes, no, and I say no. Clippers are pulling.
Here's the real last question.
Okay.
Champions League tomorrow. City, Chelsea. Who do you got?
Ugh, I don't really care about City.
Ugh, why?
I hate them both equally. I probably hate Chelsea
know.
more actually, but
Oh, you're weird.
I don't know. I hate
Drew, just throw a guess out there, Drew.
I have no idea. City.
Okay. Guess the worst.
You think Chelsea's gonna win?
I want Chelsea to win.
Why?
I can't because City won the title. They can't win the title, the league title, and Champions League. That's just horrible.
Okay.
Anyways, I mean,
Well,
I hate
boys.
them both, but
It's all horrible. It's soccer.
1 billion people just got offended by that.
They don't know where Selkirk, Manitoba is though, so he.
None of them live near me.
Boys, we will be back next week. We will go over our answers, see how we did. I hope we did well.
Perfect. I know.
And I hope we're
gonna be perfect.
pretty perfect. So we will be back again. We will see y'all later. Check out everything on our socials, our website, and peace out, world.
Peace.
Peace.